and gentlemen across the galaxy, we are finally witnessing the might of the Empire. That is right. We have a glorious kit reveal today, all you ladies and gentlemen across the galaxy. And the key thing about Empire Strikes Back is the Galactic Empire. And today we celebrate the Imperial might by showcasing the TIE Bomber, ladies and gentlemen. We have a kit reveal for the Imperial TIE Bomber. And all I gotta say, if there's any rebels patrolling in space, I know you guys gotta watch out for me, but you guys are gonna wanna watch out for this puppy right here. And let me tell you, this is gonna be incredibly important because we are leading into an eventual grand arena world where developers wanna add 2 fleets on defense. And most likely people are gonna start utilizing rebels on defense. And of course, you could try to use your finalizer. You could try to use Holdo perhaps, but a lot of people have Empire ships laying around that are not being used. TIE Advance, Emperor Shuttle, TIE Fighter, the Gar sucks, and Gauntlet Starfighter. Let me tell you, this kit reveal today is bringing a whole new element to the Empire. I am excited. Air horns, Gary. It's a beautiful day in the Empire. Buckle down, ladies and gentlemen. I told you there's got to be something big and Empire related coming. And let's hope they're going to keep bringing more stuff. We're going to read the kit reveal, talk about how amazing it is. It's going to stop rebels from attacking on a turn. It's going to reduce rebels oncoming damage, unresistible, unavoidable effects, preventing bonus turn meter. Oh my gosh, all this other stuff. Let's go and dive bomb into it. Imperial TIE Bomber, debilitating Empire fleet tank, inflicts burning debuff, strong synergies with the Emperor Shuttle and the TIE Advance. The TIE Advance, holy cow, it's probably going to be the most important ship they have. Finally, Vader hopefully going to have some use. By the way, it is a crewless ship. I know people don't like that. I'm a big fan of crewless ships because people don't want to gear up bad characters potentially for a great ship like Biston and Scandroid Pathfinder. I'm a fan of crewless ships out there. It makes fleet arena a lot more accessible for people. And this ship is going to be a taunting tank, and we don't know if it's going to be a Galactic Chase or Marquee. I'm hoping it's going to be Marquee over Galactic Chase. So here we go. Start this baby off right here with the basic. LS1 laser cannons deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict a target lock for 1 turn, which can't be resisted by rebels. So similar to how the TIE Advance works. An unresistible target lock on the basic. Just hold on. We're going to put all the pieces together. Don't get too excited here. I love this little animation right here. The proton bombardment. We're going to get there in a moment right here. And then as you notice, we have the inflict burning for 1 turn, which can't be dispelled or resisted by rebels. Now, one thing important to note here. Oh, I wonder if there's a little bit of a misprint. Right now it says target lock here, but they're talking about, oh, wait, we got target lock. We're good. And then the target lock inflicts burning itself. Proton bombardment, cooldown of 3. I love the little animations. It brings happiness to my heart. The precision here. We are not going to be missing a single proton bomb on all these treacherous rebels here. Dispel all buffs on all enemies. So if you're under stealth with Biston, you're coming back out. Hans Falcon, you got some buffs there? We're going to be taking that. Those aren't your buffs. Those are my buffs. Then deal physical damage and inflict burning on them for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled from or resisted by rebels. So I don't know how this ship and the Empire is going to work up against Malevolence, the Ghost Ship. I'm not expecting them to go up against those type of ships right now, but maybe down the road with an addition of other ships, it might be great. But right now, this is just simply anti-rebel right now. And then this ability can't be evaded. It's fantastic. The burning, we already know R2D2 Jango Fett, they have burning. Basically reduces your avoidance and it acts like a damage over time. And the fact it can't be dispelled, that is huge. One of the most annoying things about the rebel lineup, not besides the heavy critical hits, the attacks on a turn, the fact that Hans Falcon starts cleansing debuffs off rebels once they hit a 3 debuff threshold. So you only can really keep 2 debuffs on a rebel. You put the 3rd one on, they all disappear. Well, luckily, this is going to be an undispellable and unresistible effect for the rebels. That is key. Key right there. And now we have dual pod design. This is huge. There's a lot of protection recovery, as I'm going to break down for you guys in a moment here. This is going to be a beefy tank. Right now, we see the developers trying to make a dedicated tank for each fleet out there. We have the Galactic Republic Y-Wing. We have the Rebel Y-Wing just added for the Rebels. We're still kind of waiting for something for Holdo, but we also have the Malevolence with the Hyena Bomber. Now we have this right here, dual pod design. The Imperial TIE Bomber has plus 20% max protection for each active Empire ally, which includes the allied capital ships. So at the very beginning, 60% max protection, counting your 2 ships and the capital ship, which presumably is going to be either Tarkin or Grand Admiral Thrawn. Thrawn's got the bigger edge over Tarkin. Who knows? Maybe something's going to surprise me when it enters battle and gains 20% max protection every time another Empire ally enters battle from reinforcements. Holy cow. This is going to be a thick ship. Now, I know one of the arguments for crewless ships is that their stats are going to become outdated because there's no character to help the ship scale. But right here, this is a giant chunk of max protection to make sure this crewless ship is not going to be frail. Empire allies ignore 20% defense for each rebel and each target locked enemy. Holy cow. This is going to get crazy high. 3 rebels already on the field. Akbar, I presume, is also going to be counted towards this. Target lock is going to spread like wildfire, and they're going to be uncleansable target locks through the TIE Advance. So they should be able to put out some solid damage. Now, the taunting attributes right here. Imperial TIE Bomber gains taunt at the end of the turn if an enemy is target locked. Well, that's going to be kind of frequent, as we're going to see in a moment. And the TIE Bomber isn't already taunting. This effect expires at the end of the turn if there are no target locked enemies. So you got to get the target lock out there as fast as possible. Shouldn't be too bad. While any rebel enemy is target locked, all rebel enemies deal 50% less damage. What did I just say? One of the core attributes of these dirty rebel, traitor, terrorists, whatever you want to call them, they do so much damage. They attack out of turn. Well, right here, they lost 50% of their damage right there alone. But we're not done yet. Where's Billy Mays? That's not all. While enemies are inflicted with burning, they have minus 25% offense. Any enemies, not just rebels, doubled for light sign enemies. So target lock's going to reduce them by 50%. And then if they're burning, they're going to lose another 50%. You guys need some damage? I think the rebels are going to be lacking on the firepower. Hypothetically, if a rebel has target lock and they're burning, it sounds like they're not going to put out any damage. I've never seen an effect which makes you lose 100% damage. The most I see is raised wallet opening with their ultimate. You only could do 1 damage. Like, holy cow. Could they do anything? This is the might of the Empire. We're keeping your planets, we're keeping your space as secure as ever before. I can't get over that. And then lastly, reinforcement. Now the reinforcement is actually really good, but I'm going to explain in a moment why you might want to have this be one of your starting ships. I mean, if you can't already put it together, you enter battle, inflict burning on all enemies for 2 turns, which applies that giant couple paragraphs we just talked about, all the effects burning causes, which can't be dispelled from or resisted by rebels. Then call another Empire ally to assist. Presumably you're going to want Vader to assist, get some more target locks out there, and this ability can't be evaded. This is a solid reinforcement ability, but why don't you want this to be in your reinforcement? Maybe we could find something where you're going to want to have it there, but firstly you want to have a tank to protect yourselves. But let's start reading the kit. Actually, you know what, I gotta read this. I love these little descriptions the developers gave. Let's read this real quick. Let's read this real quick. The TIE Bomber is the first ship in Galaxy Heroes to apply burning. Its main strength lies in being a defensive stalwart for Imperial factions, crippling the enemy's offense and exhibiting bravado by taunting is all in a day's work as these ships seek glory for the Empire. Add the TIE Bomber to your fleet and show those rebel scum. The Empire will not tolerate insubordination. My gosh, you would think I wrote that for Capital Games. Who's in your Imperial department over there? Get me on the phone with them. Let's hop over to the game for a moment. How does this all tie in together? So right now, I don't know. I have no idea if Exectrix or Chimera is going to be the capital ship. I am probably going to toss my coin towards the Chimera. The Chimera having its instant defeat capabilities through strategic dominance. I'm thinking this is going to be the ship you're going to want to use. We'll have to look closer to Grand Moff Tarkin maybe afterwards. We're going to do some testing, of course, on the ship, make videos so you guys can see what it's all about. But I'm going to say the Chimera is going to be the ship you're going to be wanting to rock with. And plus, keep in mind, we're going to have all this extra damage output. The Empire is going to hit pretty hard. So every fleet has their core attribute. We know that the Negotiator relies on unending loyalty and a lot of bonus protection. The Malevolence relies on buzz droids primarily. We know that the Rebels rely on critical hits, attacking out of turns. What is the core attribute of the Empire? Mainly applying debuffs, but more specifically, target lock. Target lock is the core functionality of the Rebels for the most part. And target lock, as we see, has different interactions with different ships. Target lock's going to work differently, for example, with the TIE Bomber that we just saw. But more importantly, you're going to probably want to start off with the TIE Advance, Emperor Shuttle, and that TIE Bomber, which will probably fill in the slot right down here. That is probably going to be your starting 3 lineup right here. Because Darth Vader, his unique ability, Advanced Targeting Systems, kind of takes inspiration from his leadership ability, from the character side of things. This right here. Look at this. Target lock. So here we go. Immediately regain target lock anytime it disappears. So let's say Hans Falcon tries to cleanse it. Boom! The target lock's going to come right back for 2 turns whenever target lock expires in them. So it's basically, and when Vader's on the field, this target lock's not going to go anywhere. Furthermore, Empire allies gain 15% Terminator whenever they attack a target locked enemy. Well, we know the TIE Bomber applies target lock on the basic. We know that Darth Vader applies target lock on the basic. We know that the TIE Fighter also has target lock. So there should be target lock flying around everywhere. So you're going to get a lot of Terminator on your team. And think about it. We already have the uncleansable, undispellable burning that's coming from the TIE Bomber. This is kind of technically uncleansable. It'll go away for a second and come back. So really, Hans Falcon's going to have a hard time controlling the field because it's basic as well. Unresistible target lock right here. We have unresistible target lock on the TIE Bomber, unresistible target lock on the basic with I Have You Now right here. Right here, I should say. There's just so much target lock going on to this team. We're going to get damage over times here with the target lock. We know the bomber is going to apply burning. Damage over time and burning, those are like double damage over times happening right there. There is just so much target lock just flying around everywhere on this Imperial ship. And then Emperor Shuttle, the main thing that maybe is going to be a reason why you're going to want to have the ship starting off with TIE Advance and the bomber comes from the unique ability, Battle Tested Formation. Dispel all debuffs on the Emperor Shuttle anytime it takes damage from a target locked enemy, which hopefully is going to be a grand majority of the opposing team. Empire and Sith allies gain protection up 20% for 2 turns when critically hit, and doubled for Empire and Sith allies that are taunting. Well, before we had no Empire tanks that could taunt. Now we do. The TIE Bomber with all those extra max protection gains through the unique ability that we just read a moment ago, the regeneration through battle tested formation, you're going to have a fairly durable TIE Bomber. You just got to get that target lock out there, and once the target lock is out there, you're going to be good to go. And we know Emperor's Influence has some interesting stuff. We got some buff minis. Hopefully Emperor's Influence can help it control things like the Houndstooth. He was kind of a soft counter when it first came out. No one really took quite a lot of advantage of it. Target lock right here. That's going to be your starting 3 right there, in my opinion. That's going to be the starting 3, and probably Gar Saxon's Gauntlet Starfighter. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk that Gar Saxon's Gauntlet Starfighter would actually be something that was a forefront of mind? The first reinforcer you're probably going to want to bring is this right here. It cleanses debuffs, and furthermore, more protection, regeneration, just from Reinvigorate. We're not even talking about the Viceroy of Mandalore, where all allies recover 30% max protection, and Empire allies gain 30% max protection. Like, holy cow. I don't know if you can do the math right now, but 30% max protection here. The TIE Bomber, let's double check real quick before we wrap up this video. So 30% max protection, Viceroy's Mandalore. Let's pretend we forgot about Emperor's Shuttle. 20% max protection for each active Empire ally, including the capital ship, and then it gets 20% max protection for every time an Empire ally enters battle from reinforcements. So when Gar Saxon comes in, you're going to be getting 50% max protection just because of Viceroy Mandalore, because he gives 30% and TIE Bomber gains 20% all by himself. Like, holy cow, this is going to be one thick ship. And right now, in this little 13-minute video that we're at right now, I'm just scratching the surface on things that came to my mind right away. There is so much more that we're going to learn from this ship right here. Finally, these ships can be used for something the Imperial might will hopefully be recognized once more. I'm glad that they're finally participating in the Empire part of Strikes Back, because man, oh man, my juices are getting pumped. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know, are you excited for this? Let's hope we get some more Empire stuff coming. I know ships it's nice we're getting some love for ships, but let me tell you, the thing I want to see more is what we talked about in our earlier video today. I want to start seeing some more Empire characters, Empire reworks. Let's bring the Empire to glory, ladies and gentlemen. Like, comment down below, and be sure to subscribe so you're not missing a thing. Gary, anything else you want to add? He's a bit on edge right now. Thank you guys for coming out. I'm excited about ships nonetheless. All right, guys, see you later. Gary, roll out the outro. One more time, Gary, you got this. Come on, roll out the outro. Gary, roll out the outro. We're having one of those days, aren't we?